Welcome to the deep dive.
Hmm.
So you've been dreaming of studying abroad, maybe somewhere truly enchanting like France.
Hmm.
Picturing yourself maybe strolling along the Seine, grabbing coffee in a Parisian cafe. Sounds amazing, right?
It really does. That's the dream for many.
But turning that dream into, well, a financial reality. It's often the most practical bit and, let's be honest, sometimes a bit daunting.
Yeah, definitely.
So today we're taking a deep dive into what it really costs to live in France if you're an Indian student.
And what's fascinating here, I think, is that while the dream feels big, you actually have quite a bit of control, you know, through smart choices.
Right.
So our mission today is to give you a really clear, actionable guide to the actual costs. Understanding these numbers, it's honestly just as crucial as getting that university acceptance letter.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And in this deep dive, we're going to break down pretty much every major expense,
Yeah.
where you'll live, food, even entertainment.
Yeah, the works.
We'll look at which cities are genuinely easier on the wallet and which ones, well, need a bigger budget.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we've got proven strategies and even some real student stories to help you budget properly and really thrive over there.
And we're using current 2025 data, expert insights, practical advice from people who've actually done it.
Okay, so let's start with the big picture. What should you expect to spend monthly?
Generally, the average cost for students in France falls somewhere between 800 and 1,200 euro per month.
Okay, and for Indian students, looking specifically at 2025.
Right. For Indian students in 2025, that translates to an average of maybe 850 to 1,200 monthly. So that's roughly 77,000 to 1,009,000.
Got it. And it's worth saying up front, I guess, that cities like Paris are way more expensive.
Oh, significantly, yeah.
Yeah.
Smaller towns, on the other hand, can be much more affordable. That's a key thing to remember.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, knowing this total upfront helps avoid problems later, right?
Absolutely. It helps avoid those common financial pitfalls. These figures, they broadly cover your housing, your food, transport.
Health insurance too.
Yep. Health insurance, study materials, and, personal spending, leisure stuff. It's meant to be a comprehensive view to prepare you.
Okay.
But the real insight, I think, is that understanding these categories gives you control, agency.
Okay, we've got the overview. Now let's zoom in a bit. Where does most of the money actually go? Starting with what often feels like the biggest challenge, accommodation. Is it really the main budget hurdle?
It often feels like it, yeah, because it's usually the largest fixed monthly expense. You're generally looking at a range of, say, 300 to 700 of her. But for 2025, it's probably safer to think $400 to $700 per month.
Right.
And the key thing here isn't just the cost itself, but understanding that your first accommodation choice can really impact your whole budget down the line.
How so?
Well, if you manage to get into those government-subsidized COS rooms, for example, that's not just saving money month to month. It's like a foundational financial win.
Okay.
It gives you breathing room everywhere else.
That's a really important point. Tell us more about these OAS residents.
Sure. So these student residences run by COS, they're government subsidized, which makes them incredibly affordable, usually between 200 and 400 euro a month.
Wow, that's quite a difference.
It really is. But the catch isn't just that there aren't enough for everyone, it's also the timing.
Ah.
You often have to apply really early, sometimes even before your university admission is confirmed, so you have to be proactive just to get a shot.
Okay, good tip. And if you don't get CRUS?
Then you look at private apartments. Those can range from 500 euro up to maybe 1,200 euros a month. Definitely more expensive, especially in Paris.
But more privacy, I suppose.
Exactly. Privacy, flexibility. Then there's a popular middle ground, shared apartments.
Right, sharing with other students.
Yeah. That could be around 300 to 600 euro per month per person. Splitting rent obviously cuts costs significantly. Plus, it's good for making friends, settling in.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Accommodation sorted, hopefully. What's next? Maybe the fun part. Food.
Yeah, the fun and potentially expensive part. French food culture is incredible.
But eating out all the time? Probably not sustainable.
Not really on a student budget, no. It adds up very quickly. For food and groceries, you're looking at a monthly range of about 200 to 350 euros.
And for 2025?
For 2025, probably aim for 200 to 300 euro. If you cook at home, which honestly is highly recommended,
Yeah?
groceries could cost you around 150 to 250 euros a month. Look for the budget supermarkets. Carrefour, Lidl, Franprix are good options.
And eating out occasionally.
University canteens are super affordable, like 3 to 5 for a meal.
Oh.
A proper restaurant meal might be 10 to 20 euros per person. Fast food, maybe 7 to 10 euro.
So the takeaway is enjoy the food, but cooking at home is your friend budget-wise.
Absolutely. It's your biggest ally for managing the food budget.
Okay, so beyond housing and food, what other daily costs should students really be factoring in?
Right. Let's get a fuller picture. Transportation is a big one. Public transport in France is generally excellent, very efficient, and student-friendly, too.
How much for passes?
Oh, it varies. In Paris, the Navigo pass is around 75 euros a month.
Okay. But in smaller cities, you're looking at maybe 30 to 50 euro, much less.
And alternatives.
Cycling is popular. Lots of cities have cheap bike-sharing schemes. And walking, of course. Many campuses are quite central, so it's often doable.
Good to know. What about healthcare? That's mandatory, right?
Yes, absolutely critical. All international students need health insurance. The public insurance, Sécurité Sociale, is quite affordable.
How much are we talking?
Around 20 to 30 euro per month, usually. For 2025, maybe budget 20 to 40 euro.
And is that enough?
It covers a lot, but many students get private top-up insurance, a mutuelle. That costs maybe another 20 to 50 euro per month again. 20 to 40 euro for 2025 estimates. It just gives broader coverage.
And if you need to see a doctor?
A typical visit is around 25, but with insurance, you usually get a large chunk of that reimbursed. So it's a pretty good system, quite accessible.
That's reassuring. Okay, anything else in the miscellaneous category?
Yeah, the fun stuff and daily life things. Entertainment, like a movie ticket is maybe 8 to 12.
Yeah.
Gym membership, 20 to 40 euros a month. A night out with friends could be 20 to 40, depending.
Right. Clothing.
Shopping.
Prices at places like Zara, H&M, local French brands, they're pretty similar to India, actually.
Okay.
Big tip, though. Watch out for the soldies. The big sales, twice a year. You can get massive discounts then.
Ah, the famous soldies. Good tip. And study materials.
For 2025, maybe budget 40 to 60 euros per month. And for just general personal stuff, leisure, maybe 100, 200 euros a month.
So these smaller things, they seem manageable individually.
But they add up, exactly. This is often where budget discipline really gets tested.
Definitely. Now let's talk about something huge. Location, location, location.
Yeah.
How much difference does the city you choose actually make to your budget?
Oh, it makes a monumental difference, really. And this brings up an important question. How do you balance your dream city, maybe Paris, with the actual budget reality? So the most expensive cities. No surprise, Paris is top. You could be looking at 1,200 to 1,800 euro a month there.
Wow.
Cities like Lyon and Marseille are also pricier, maybe 900 to 1,200 euro per month.
Okay, so if Paris is maybe a stretch financially, what are some good alternatives that still offer a great experience?
There are definitely fantastic, more affordable options. Think about Lille, Grenoble, Montpellier. They typically range from 700 euro to 900 per month. And if you're in a smaller town near a university, costs can drop even lower, maybe even 600 euro per month.
That's a massive difference compared to Paris.
Huge. Just to give you a concrete stat, Numbeo data for 2025 shows Paris rent is like 45% higher than Lyon.
45%.
Yeah. So while some students find France quite manageable, especially with the subsidies available, others, particularly if they're set on Paris, find it really quite overpriced. Your city choice. It's probably one of the biggest levers you have for controlling costs.
That really